and I'm going to be doing a nice 30-minute routine with you guys to get things loosened up and moving. My dedication today is going to be a little bit towards posture. So we're going to do a lot of things for the chest and the shoulder area to really open up the upper body. And we don't have a lot of time, so we're going to get started. If you're new to Zoom, you might want to pin the instructor so that I'm all that you're seeing. And if you would like to have some supporting tools, the mat, of course, is pretty essential for practice, but having a block nearby helps. Having a yoga strap will be particularly helpful today if you're tightening your shoulders, you're going to do some shoulder work. And I like to have a bolster. You don't have to have a bolster. You can use a pillow or something else that can just make some of the postures more comfortable. I'll try to do those things as we go along. So today we're going to start in a seated position. So I'm going to be in Sukhasana, which is a seated cross-legged position. And go ahead and find a way to come to seated in a comfortable way. Sitting on your block may be helpful for some of you all who are sitting on a pillow or a bolster. And go ahead and relax your hands on your thighs. Get really tall. Find some length all the way through the spine to the crown of the head. And let your eyes just soften a bit. You don't necessarily have to have them closed. I'm going to take a couple minutes here to start and center ourselves. Maybe you even bring your hands over your heart or to your belly, somewhere close to the body. You start to draw all of your focus and all your awareness back to yourself. Start to notice all the sensations in your body. Anything that's coming up for you, just give it some acknowledgement. And maybe move your hands down over your belly and start to increase the breath from the lowest part of your lungs. So you're going to inhale and feel the belly expand, maybe the sides expand a bit. And exhale out. Breathe in again a little deeper. Exhale out. Inhale again, filling from the bottom first. Exhale out. And go ahead and open your eyes. I'm going to start with a little bit of a final warm up. So we're going to start rotating around, either to the right or the left, whichever one feels good to you. Grab onto your knees or your shins for support, and we're going to go all the way around a little wide circle. Keep going one direction. There's a little place where you feel some pulling in your back, your side. You might slow down and ease into that one. Make sure that you are acknowledging any of those feelings of discomfort or anything that might be a warning sign that you need to back off or slow down. And maybe at some point you can speed up. Go in the opposite direction. Great big circles. Go around, warming up the lower back and hips. Good. One more time around. And come back. Inhale, reach those arms up overhead. Interlace your fingers and flip them around so the palms are facing up. We're going to reach really high to the ceiling, really high. Stretching those fingers. And then as if someone was behind you, have their hands on your shoulders, push those shoulders down. So palms are up, shoulders are down. Feeling that length in the spine. right hand on the floor out beside you, and we're going to stretch your left arm up overhead. Now back up to center. And reach off to the left side. The right arm is sitting high. Notice if there's any difference from right to left. Let's go back the opposite way one more time. Right hand down, left hand reaches. And left hand down, right hand reaches. And back into center. This time we're going to twist over to the right side. So place your left hand on your right side for a little bit of leverage, and we're going to twist all the way around. Maybe get a few little pops here. But we want not just the lower back to move, but the mid back and the shoulders. The last little bit, your head is looking over your shoulder, maybe back at the wall behind you, or a picture of the wall. And release. Right hand, left thigh. Give yourself a little bit of something to pull on. As you twist all the way around, starting from the lumbars up into the mid back. And feel that left shoulder pulling back towards the back of the room. And release. We're going to roll over our shins, uncross those ankles into a tabletop position. And we're going to move into some cat and cow stretches. Inhale, drop your belly, raise your shoulders, lift your head, put the tailbone up. And exhale, pull your rib cage in, navel into the spine, tuck your chin towards your chest. And inhale, going back the opposite direction. Continue through with a few cycles of this. Remember, as we inhale, we're lengthening the body. So you're coming into a more open position where the head is up. The heart is lifted. And then as we're compressing the body together, the chin into the chest, the tailbone comes all the way under to the very end of your range of motion. And then when you need to take a breath, go ahead and go in the opposite direction. One more time through. And back into center. Go ahead and stretch your arms out in front of you. Now we're going to keep the hips high and come into puppy pose. So your arms are reaching out. If this is uncomfortable on your shoulders, you might reach wider than your mat. But your hips are still up in the air. And we're going to reach really high, stretching the face under our shoulders. Relax your head on the mat. Walk your hands back in. This time, we're going to be about one palm's length out in front of where we would be for a tabletop. That's about 6 to 8 inches out in front of where you were. Tuck your toes, and we're going to lift up for our first downward dog. So lift your knees off the ground first. Give yourself a little hover, stretch those toes, stretch the feet, and then push your tailbone back, dropping your heel down for downward facing dog. And press away from the ground so those fingers are spread really wide. The weight is placed on all my fingertips as well as the base of our hands. You can walk your feet right and left to give a little bit more stretching sensation on the back side of the body. And now we're going to shift forward for our first plank of the day. So from here, you should be able to shift forward where the shoulders are right over the wrist. If they're not, like I can see myself, it's not quite where I want to be. So you can move your feet to where where you line up just right, and you've got your wrists under your elbows. You've got your arm bones in a outward spiral, so the thin part is facing the front of the room. The elbow pointy part is towards the back of the room. Keep engaging in your core. If this is a position that feels like you won't be able to hold it for a period of time, it's a good opportunity to choose to come down to your knees. And this is still a wonderfully modified high plank position. From here, we're going to lower down. Keep your arms close to the body. Elbows are pulled in and lower down to the mat. We're going to reach our hands wide, so wider than the width of your mat. Come up to your fingertips, and we're going to just push the chest up a little bit. Go ahead and look over your right shoulder. Look over your left shoulder. And back down to that. Bring your hands back underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes, and you're either coming through tabletop, back into downward dog, or straight into a downward facing dog. Walk your feet to meet your hands. And you're going to inhale up for a half lift position. And this is a super important part of yoga, and so it's a good time to check your position. Take your hands and place them behind your back. You can either cross your arms or just place your hands back there. If your back is not feeling flat and you thought it was flat, you need to come higher. So find that position where your back is truly flat and you're hinging from your hips only. And then you can place your hands either on your shins or on your thighs. Pull the arm bones back, the chest is nice and open, and the neck is long. Good. Micro bend your knees and forward fold again. Just let the body hang. Very good. Reverse swan dive all the way to the top. Your hands to touch and back down to a heart position. We're going to cycle through 2 more times. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold again. Bend your knees. Place your hands on the mat, and this time step back into plank position. Lower down nice and slow. Maybe pausing in chaturanga. Come down to the mat. Untouch your toes. Inhale. Lift up for cobra. Exhale. Press back for downward dog. Inhale, step forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold again. Inhale, reverse swan dive to the top. Exhale, hands to heart. One more time through. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, place your hands, step back to high plank. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, lower down to the mat. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach your right leg high. Exhale, bring your foot inside the right hand. Lower the back knee down. Inhale, rise up for a low lunge. And reach your hands down to frame the foot. And we're going to shift back into half split. So you can either lift your body up slightly and come over that back knee, or hinge over the back knee. Sometimes if your knee is sensitive like mine is, I don't like to rub over the knee. So right leg is extended. Reach your left hand to the outside of the right foot. Give it a little bit more of a stretch in a different position. Keep breathing, 2 more cycles of breath. And release. Shift back forward into low lunge. One more time. Reach those arms high. Exhale, hands back down. Tuck the back toes back to downward facing dog. Inhale forward to high plank. Lower down for cobra or up dog. Exhale back for downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, knee to chest. Step forward. Lower your back knee down. Inhale, rise up for low lunge on the left side. And reach those arms down. Shift back into half split. Take your right hand to the outside of the left foot if you can. And release. Shift forward to low lunge. One more time. Arms nice and high. Palms are facing each other. Slightly raise up. And swing those arms down. Tuck the toes back to downward dog. And if you'd like to, go ahead and take another vinyasa. High plank, low plank, up dog or cobra, downward dog. Inhale, right leg high and forward, inside the hands. This time we're going to turn the back foot out, come all the way up to a warrior one. So for warrior one, you are lunging into the front leg, so we're lunging into the right leg. We don't want the knee too far in front of the ankle. The back foot is turned out, but only a little bit. We've still got pressure on the outside of the back foot, maybe at about 45 degrees. You can twist the hips forward, shoulders are facing forward. If you struggle with alignment in warrior one, this is a great opportunity to use a strap or a block. Hold that up in front of you. It helps you to press away, find length in the arm. And you can see yourself, if there's a mirror, or you see yourself in the computer screen, see if you can square yourself forward. Really bring those hips forward. Perfect. Then we're going to swing the back foot out to parallel with the mat and reach it open for warrior two. So I can see myself in the camera. Your back hand should be hiding. Straight back behind you. The right arm is straight in front of you. Take a quick check at your knee. Is it dipping in? So really squeeze your hips and the glutes. You can pull it into alignment. The ankle, the knee, and the hips should be in alignment. Go ahead and lock the front leg. We're coming into triangle pose. So nothing's really changed with our feet. We've locked the front leg. We're going to tip back to reverse triangle. Keep breathing. You find yourself kind of holding your breath, back off just a little bit, and breathe easy. Perfect. Come all the way up. We're going to reach that right hand forward, push your left hip back. Reach, 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 reach as far as you can, and then sit down. Place your hand above or below your knee. And you're going to reach the left leg, the left arm high to the ceiling. And gaze up. Lunge that front leg. We're going to do a reverse warrior, going back one more time. Circle your arms down to the mat. We're going to step back to downward dog. Go ahead and take a vinyasa. or meet us in downward dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step through. Turn the back foot out. Inhale, rise up for warrior one. With the same thing again. Giving ourselves a moment to perfect the alignment. Reach those hands high. Check our hips. Pull the belly in. Inhale. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, turn that back foot out. Open your arms wide. Gaze over the front hand. Maybe at this point you found a focal point somewhere in your room. Something to help you find focus. We call that the drishti point. Go ahead and lock the leg. Tip over the back. Reaching your left hand high. Reverse triangle. You're coming forward to full triangle. Both legs are still locked. Reach the right hand high. Lunging into your front leg. Sit back one more time. Reverse warrior. And circle all the way down. Step back. We're going to do one more time. Each side, one breath to one movement. Inhale, right leg high. Left leg, right leg step through. Inhale, rise up to warrior one. Exhale to warrior two. Inhale, find length. Exhale, tip back to reverse triangle. Inhale up. Exhale down to full triangle. Inhale up. Lunge the front leg. Exhale back to reverse warrior. Put the arms around. Step back to down dog. Inhale right, left leg high. Step through. Turn the back foot. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, open to warrior two. Inhale, find length in the spine. Lock those legs. Exhale back to reverse triangle. Inhale up. Sit forward. Down into full triangle. Inhale up. Lunge the front leg. Sit back to reverse warrior. Circle those arms around. Step back into downward dog. One last time through for vinyasa. If you'd like to, lower down to low plank. Up dog. Down. Going to shift your body forward from here to come down to the floor. You all continue in that position. You're going to come down to the floor, bring your right arm into the body, the left arm out, and we're going to look to the right side. Push your body up so that you're rolling over to the left side. We're getting a little stretch in your shoulder. You can bend the top leg for a little support. And roll back down. Switch arms. Left hand into the body, right one extended. Look over to the left side and push. So you're using your left leg as a bit of a kickstand. We're stretching in the chest, the arms, as we leap. Bring your hands back into the body so they're underneath the shoulder. You're going to take your right leg, bend the knee so it's out to the side like you're in a figure four position. Left leg is extended, right leg is bent. And we're going to push up a little bit push so the chest is up, kind of like you're doing a cobra. And I would like for you to thread your left arm underneath the right arm. I know it sounds crazy. Thread your left arm under the right arm. Okay, and then you're going to twist the upper body, reaching the right arm open. So you should be in a reclined final twist. One more breath. And release. Pull yourself out of your threaded needle. You're going to straighten that right leg. Same thing on the left side. Bend your left knee. So your left foot is to the right knee. Okay, the right leg is extended. We're going to push up just a little bit so that we can thread the right arm underneath the left one. And then you're going to twist your body open to the left side, reaching the left arm wide. And you should be in a reclined final twist. Opening the shoulders, the chest, the upper arm. If you're tight in this area, you may even feel sensations into your lower arm, your wrist, your hand. If you've got tingling, you're probably doing a little bit too much stretch, but many people are tight in this area. Okay, go ahead and unwind. And back to that flat position. Push up to your knees. I can tell I'm running out of time. So I'm going to speed up here. I want you to reach your right hand overhead and left arm under. So this is a great time to use the strap we were talking about. If you can make your fingers touch, great. If not, you can use your strap. You're going to really pull that right arm high and reach that left arm underneath. You can get tall in the spine, the back of your head should be touching the back of your right wrist, or the front of your right wrist. Up one more breath. And release. Let's do the opposite side. The left arm up really high. You can keep the elbow high as you drop the arm behind you. And then the opposite hand, right hand is coming up the back. See how close maybe you can approach the fingers today. Maybe they can touch, but you can't quite grasp them. Try to keep your head nice and tall. Spine is tall. And release. One last posture and then we'll come down to the mat. Go ahead and lift up from the position that you're in. And we're going to bring our hands to our back. You can touch your toes if you want. We're going to do a modified camel pose. So your hands at your hips, hands in the back. So we're really going to lift up in the chest. So you see yourself really lifting from the heart, tilting the head back just a bit. And you can hold this position right here if you like, or reach one hand behind you. Reaching for those heels, opposite arm up. And all the way back up. Sit back in your heels for a moment. Find your center. And one last time on the opposite side. Tuck the toes again. Get really strong in those hips. You're engaging in your glutes, pushing your hips forward a bit. Support your lower back and your hips with your hands. Elbows back, the chest is lifted. Or option to reach that left hand down. Reaching for the heel, right arm really high in the sky, lifting in the chest. And release. So as we finish up here, it's always nice to give ourselves at least a moment or two, even if it's short, for quiet meditation. So if you'd like to lie on your back, I'll talk you through maybe at least 60 seconds here. Since you're in your own practice, you can stay as long as you like, but come into a lying position, maybe even lower legs resting on a chair or your couch, a pillow, arms are to your side, palms up. And just relax all the muscles into the floor. Feel the muscles of your face are softening. The beat of your heart is slowing. And empty your mind, knowing you put your best efforts into the last 30 minutes. This does conclude the end of our Exo 30-minute yoga practice. Please feel free to stay, take your time in meditation. It may be your only opportunity to do that today. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you again.